When it comes to having some sense of control over the stories we're playing through, Telltale Games was up there. The Wolf Among Us.
Promise me you won't tell Beast you saw me.
No.
And The Walking Dead.
Clementine was just telling me about first grade.
Oh, how was that?
It's easy.
Well, yeah.
Were great forays into that field. They were really emotionally intense.
Don't go.
You're his dad. You gotta do this.
And you got to choose what you wanted to do. And they're gone. Life is Strange had the right idea, but the execution in terms of slang.
But there's something else I have to tell you. Something hardcore.
Now, let's talk business. You are going to get in hella more trouble for this than drugs.
And character development.
You can't keep blaming me and everybody for everything wrong in your life. It's so not fair.
Gotta blame somebody, otherwise it's all my fault. Fuck that.
Left something to be desired. The Last of Us 2 provides emotional intensity, but the story and your relationships are on the rails. Hence the controversy when something happens that people don't agree with.
Please don't shoot.
You never had a choice. And sometimes that can be a good plot device. Whether it's done well or not, if the reactions are anything to go by, people are really hurting for some measure of control over what goes on. And that's where Mass Effect 3 comes in.
Wish I were a wall.
You pretty much are, Kenneth.
I'm not saying it's perfect, but I've played other BioWare games. I really enjoyed the Dragon Age series, and even though I really love the characters.
Hey,
Hi.
good thought. You can make magic anywhere, Solus. Ever piss it by accident?
No. Wait. No.
You need a place where you can be safe, knowing someone else is in charge for a bit.
Nothing wrong with having a bit of fun.
Who wouldn't be a little curious?
The story just wasn't gripping enough that I want to play again. So Mass Effect 3 is pretty self-contained. You don't need to play 1 or 2 to enjoy 3. It's the first Mass Effect game I ever played close to 10 years ago now. So let's see what I can remember. Okay, to start off, you pick Dudeship or Femship. You, you can look like this if you want. Yeah, go save the galaxy.
I've got the
with
specs
that
right
face.
He was so ugly that everyone died.
Okay, you get some background, and then you're shoved into the middle of the action. Literally, you get smacked by a flying table and you pass out. There's a huge sentient machine outside your window decimating everything. And then you grab a gun. There's some child, and it's sad because, you know, war.
You can't help me.
Shepard! In here.
Alright, well, see you later. You spend the whole game building a defense and recruiting allies against these huge, terrifying, genocidal cuttlefishes. Also, they go... So that's fun. It's like if a spaceship were alive and hibernating out in space, and every 50,000 years it would wake up and nuke you and your dog. And if you somehow survive that, it would turn you into goo to make some more Reapers.
They're eating her! And then they're going to eat me! Oh my god!
And then they kind of make zombie soldiers out of you. So good luck saving Earth from those things, because you're the only one who can. For real. Like, no one cares about Earth.
The Reapers won't stop at Earth. They'll destroy every organic being in the galaxy if we don't find a way to stop them.
The cruel and unfortunate truth is that while the Reapers focus on Earth, we can prepare and regroup. I'm sorry, Commander. That is the best we can do.
Mass Effect makes the savior of the galaxy a very vulnerable, honest human, having to make some of the most gut-wrenching decisions for the good of everyone in the universe.
10 billion people over here die, so 20 billion over there can live. Are we up for that? Are you?
I'm risking everything to build the Crucible, and I'm not even sure what it does. Who am I to make that call?
When they lose someone, they feel it. It's tough. Well, that's only obvious if you choose the Paragon end of morality, which tends to be empathetic.
I can't even count how many lives are depending on us, Garrus. I could hear people screaming in the streets below me.
There's no way for you to save them all. But I know you're doing everything you can, and you'll get back there in time to help.
Or you can go renegade and enlist some be a man. Shove all those feelings way down there, dialogue options if you want.
When I want a damn pep talk, I'll ask for one. Otherwise, you're my pilot, not my therapist. Are we clear?
I've never felt as alone as I do right now.
We all die alone.
Commander, nice job on the Citadel. You doing okay?
Does it matter?
I guess not.
I really prefer Dude Shep's delivery on the Renegade lines.
My dad is, he's MIA. He's presumed.
It's terrible. But you can't help them, Caden. You have to keep it together.
Wait, hang on. What was that? Okay.
I need your head in the game.
Noted.
He sounds surprisingly understanding and motivational and clear-headed. Like, that's someone who gets things done. In the second game, there's this scene where going Renegade just turns FemShep into kind of a Karen.
You know, for a bunch of cheap touristy crap, your prices are pretty high.
I am sorry you feel that way. There are many stores on the Citadel. Perhaps another would be more in your price range.
So you're saying I'm poor?
What? No,
Hey, everyone! This store discriminates against the poor.
And the more Renegade options you pick, the more you end up looking terrible. Your synthetic skin starts cracking because you're stressed about your crappy decisions and you're suppressing all your feelings, and it's affecting your ability to heal.
For your scarring to fully heal, you'll need to lower your stress levels.
Yeah, right.
It's great. There are consequences for your actions. So the lesson is, always wash your face and talk to your friends. I've never made it through a full Renegade playthrough. I've tried, but there's this increasingly sentient robot called Legion who I really like. He's part of a robot hive mind called the Geth, but plot twist, he's learning to think for himself. And with that comes questioning his own existence.
We did not intend to cause effects.
How'd we get here? The Geth are better than this.
No.
Oof. There's that soul-crushing sense of humanity and individual self-awareness. And if you're playing Renegade, you can tell him that his sense of humanity is made up and his feelings don't matter.
Shepard Commander, we worked with you.
And I appreciate that, but the Geth aren't alive. They're machines. And they need to be shut down.
My heart hurts too much for things like that. Fortunately, you can do both Renegade and Paragon at the same time. You can be really kind to everyone.
You're not alone, Steve. I'm here, anytime you need me.
And punch the occasional tabloid journalist or alien in the face.
How do you justify running away while millions of people on Earth die?
I've had enough of your tabloid journalism.
Ha! You want some?
Swings and roundabouts. Regardless of your choices, Shepard's sense of conflict makes it clear there's nothing that is directly good or evil, or wholly selfish or selfless. When Mass Effect 3 first came out, they sold 3.5 million copies, and despite the game being military science fiction, more than half the player base decided to be empathetic where possible instead of militant. I think I can guess why. The thing I haven't seen brought up very much when it comes to Mass Effect, though I think it's the crux of the experience and the best part of the whole thing, is the inherent emotional realism. Like, I am willing to overlook so much about the game in favor of the emotional engagement. More on that in a second. The development of your relationships with BioWare characters is detailed and realistic enough that when I've talked about Mass Effect or Dragon Age with my friends, often the prevailing feeling is like when you share experiences about actual relationships. You can talk about what you like or dislike about interacting with certain characters and how they made you feel. And in Mass Effect, whether you're Paragon or Renegade, you're always the one looking after everyone else without a thought for yourself.
Any sign of your family?
Not yet, but I keep hoping.
You okay?
No, I'm really not.
I wanted to be here for you, Ash.
I love how often BioWare characters notice that and check in with you.
Is everything all right? You look troubled.
How are you holding up, Shepard? This all has to be taking a toll.
There's only so much fight in a person.
Hey, no brushing me off. Talk to me. What's going on?
Are you okay?
I thought I'd be asking you that question.
And not just for emotional support, but romantically too.
Tally, nothing between us has changed. Unless you wanted to, but I'll always want you in my life.
No second thoughts? This is your chance to back out.
I was thinking it's a good excuse to remind the ones you care about that... well, you care about them.
They're very into negotiating what's comfortable for both people and figuring out what makes you compatible.
It's been years since we were together. Are you still interested in us?
It's kind of awkward, but I find it endearing.
If you were a Turian, I'd be complimenting your waist or your fringe, so... your, hair looks good, and your waist is very supportive.
Honestly, same.
Hopefully that's not offensive in human culture.
There's also some measure of evidence that the characters have trust issues, or at least have been hurt in the past in a very real way.
I want something to go right. Just once.
Maybe I was scared to admit that I'd found something I'd been looking for my whole life.
Personally, I find acknowledging and sharing that sense of vulnerability extremely important, especially when everything else is already terrifyingly chaotic. And because of that fact, some characters express doubts about their future, or about their future with you.
Stopping the Reapers is the only thing we should be focused on. It's not your fault.
But what if we're wrong? What if there's no way to stop them? What if these are our last days and we spend them scurrying around trying to solve a problem we can't fix?
Liara.
I know. I shouldn't think that way. I don't know how you do it. You've always stayed focused even in the worst situations.
When there's so much at stake, I think about my friends, loved ones, what I'd lose if I failed.
And it makes them feel more human and relatable than alien or other. I think that's why people are empathetic more than militant, because this game and the characters make you feel things. And given the choice, you're not going to want to feel bad. The Mass Effect trilogy is rumored to have a complete remaster in 2021, and I would love to see this game graphically and technically brought up to speed for current-gen platforms. As it stands, there are a lot of kinks to iron out. You don't even have to look up any kind of bug compilation to find things like this. It just is the game. So here's hoping the developers get to tell the story they wanted, fully realized this time. Because Andromeda never happened.
Just do it!